We've already seen a significant effort by Moscow to make false claims about Europe, Ukraine, and the United States in an effort to excuse Russia's behavior and potentially create a pretext for Russia to further invade Ukraine. No one should be surprised if Russia spreads disinformation about commitments that have not been made, or if Moscow goes even further and instigates something as a pretext for further destabilizing activity. As you heard from the deputy this morning, we urge everyone not to fall for Moscow's continuing disinformation.
Has the United States, or is the United States planning to pursue that as a specific confidence building measure, or one of the...
But the other point is that dialogue and diplomacy are important, but we also need to see progress. And progress can only take place meaningfully in the context of de-escalation. De-escalation is not something we have seen yet. And in fact, we've all seen reports of exercises and live fire drills that seem to be moving in the other direction.
See, be it the Russia-NATO venue or some bilateral venue or any other venue.
A couple things. So I think you heard, and I wouldn't dare speak for the Russian Federation, but I think you heard from them today that they were going to undertake consultations back in Moscow, which we understand to be the case.
It will happen if it will be at what level, the presidents, the
What we learned on Monday, what we heard from the Russian delegation today in Brussels, we are comparing notes with all of those allies and partners as we figure out how best to continue down this path of dialogue and diplomacy, making clear that it remains our strong preference.
That you keep saying that the window's not open forever, so do you agree with this assessment?
De-escalation could take place tomorrow. It could take place Friday. That is what we would like to see happen. It has not taken place yet. And in fact, there are some indications that we've seen movement in the opposite direction. But de-escalation is, when I was speaking to the more difficult, complex issues that we're grappling with in the context of arms control and how that could take weeks or even longer, de-escalation is not something that should take weeks or even longer. It would take one individual in the Russian system giving an order and us seeing that progress, us seeing that order translate into de-escalation on the ground.
Doesn't necessarily trigger sanctions. So, I'm reminded of Iran.